Hello there, it's Roz, and welcome to your first day of getting started in your new business. I'm really excited for you, and I hope that you are too. What I wanted to talk to you about today is a really simple matter, and it's this. First of all, I want you to understand that because you are working for yourself, you are now responsible for everything that needs to get done. It's so different than working on a job. I remember when I worked in corporate, how, at the beginning, you want to do a really good job. So you show up and you make sure that you put your best foot forward. You work really, really hard. You get there early, you leave late, all those kinds of things because somebody else is paying you to do that. Well, now that you don't have a boss and you are your own boss, it's going to totally be up to you to have that mindset that says, regardless of what else is going on in my life, if this is something that I really, really want, then I'm going to put as much or actually more effort into this than I would anything else if I were working for somebody else. So that's what I want you to understand. So now that you're doing this for yourself, there's a couple of things that I want you to do. First of all, I want you to schedule your time. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you just leave it up to whenever I can get around to it, or I'm just going to spend, 30 minutes to an hour a day, or something like that, it's not going to happen for you the way you need it to happen. First of all, you're going to need to find 7 to 10 hours per week to work your business. And if you really, really want to be successful, you're going to move aside and move some things around, whatever it is that you need to move around to make sure that you can make that happen. You need a dedicated, and what I mean by dedicated 7 to 10 hours, I mean, you need time that's dedicated to your business that won't be spent doing anything else. You won't be watching television at the same time that you're doing this. You won't be babysitting. You just won't be doing anything but your business, just as though you were on any other job. So the way I want you to do that is to get some sort of a planner. Get a day timer, or there's all kinds of different ones. I won't start calling names of them. You can get them for really cheap, $5, $10 or something like that, to get a planner that you will actually sit down and decide when you're going to work your business. Now, the best way to do this is when you open up that planner, go ahead and mark off the things that you're already doing. If you're in school already, then mark those school hours off. If you're working a full-time job, then you mark off the time that you're traveling, the time that you're at your job, anything that you're already doing, any clubs, organizations, meetings, things like that you're already involved in. Mark those things in your book because those are things that you are going to be doing automatically, right? So what happens next is you take the hours that are not marked off and you select from that time that's left when will be the time that you're going to work your business. Now, if you only have an hour a day, you guys, that's okay. If you only have 30 minutes a day, that's okay. The most important thing is going to be that whatever time you do have, that you dedicate yourself to working your business during those hours. There's no way getting around that. And if you put on your day planner that I'm going to work my job from 7 to 8 every day, then that's what you need to do. The next thing you need to do is have a meeting with your family members. And by that, I mean simply sit them down and say, okay, I am working my own business and my office is here at the house, which means I've chosen to work from 6 to 7:30, which means between the hours of 6 o'clock and 7:30, I'm not to be disturbed unless it is extremely important, unless it's emergency or something that you absolutely have. Of course, if you've got small kids, then you want to allow for that. But I'm saying if you can set it up even where the older children can watch the younger ones during that time, because you want to be able to have dedicated time that's not disturbed, dedicated time for everything that you need to do, because you're going to find that if you allow interruptions during your work time, you're going to get maybe about 15 minutes work done within an hour's time, all right? So, and you don't want that to happen. You want to have that dedicated time. So what I want you to do today, if you don't have a planner, then what you're going to do, you're going to go to my blog, and on my blog, there will be under time management, you can pull up a weekly plan sheet, which I've taught you how to use. If you look at the blog, it'll show you that. I have another sheet in case you don't have a planner right now. I don't want you to have any excuse for not being able to do this. Just go ahead and print the sheets off that are available for you there and use those until you're able to get a book. Now, somebody asked the question once, how about using an online system? I used to use an online system and it worked perfectly and I absolutely loved it and I still do. But one thing I did find is that if I wanted to go away, if I was going to travel or leave the house and I wanted to take my planner with me, well, it's all on the computer. And so it wasn't as convenient for me. So I went back to using a regular book that I can carry around in my case. So of course, that's my preference. You do, what works best for you. Bottom line is you do have to do this. I mean, you have to do it, okay? If you don't have a plan, then everything's going to fall apart. You've heard that saying before, plan your work and work your plan. If you don't do that, you guys, you're going to be in for some rough times ahead. So day one, pull out that date book, go to the blog. If you have already signed into my newsletter, then you'll have some links and other things that will take you exactly where you need to go to get more detailed information. Again, this is just an overview and a breakdown, but that's your first step, is to get that planner filled out and get the time on your books that you're going to work your business. And then tomorrow we'll be ready to get in there and rock and roll and get some things happening. Okay. With that, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.